The second question, we stream in 3 platforms, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook. So I can't see all the comments. And my colleagues will help me to collect your questions. And at the very end, I'll answer them. And some of the questions that you will ask, they will be answered by my colleagues. And the third question here is bonus. Every who visit our webinar at the very end will get a small key bonus. So please stay here till the very end. And the topic of our webinar is how to keep quality high while cutting costs during tough times. And let me start with introduction of myself. My name is Protasov. I'm in QA more than 10 years. I've been working in this sphere as an employee, as a freelancer, and now I'm a co-founder of QA company. And I always try to do my best in terms of quality. And I try to try to get why a lot of software products has a lot of bugs. Yeah, that's why this webinar appeared. I started investigation of this topic, and I realized that company wants to save money, but they economize on quality. And this webinar will not appear if I were not a co-founder of a company. Cherish DEV is a quality assurance company, and main services are manual testing, automation testing, consulting and audit, security testing, load testing, and others. We work according to outsourcing and outstaff schemes. Why this webinar is important? We can't say that the current situation in the world is calm, and a lot of IT giants decrease their teams, downsize their staff, and among these staff, a lot of key engineers. So no one can improve quality. No quality, no profit. Again, no money for QA, and there is no specialist who will provide quality. The circle is closed. How to improve the situation? Yeah, this is what we invented in our company, and we call it QA as a service. Let's go to agenda, and the next we will discuss what quality assurance as a service is. We will compare with traditional in-house approach this service. We will see money, how much it QA cost in different countries, in-house and QA as a service. And finally, we will demonstrate our cases, real cases with real customers. What are the approaches to QA? There are a lot of them. Speaking about performance, we can see in-house, freelance, outsourcing. And in-house approach loses its position. It's very popular, but it loses its positions today because a lot of alternatives appear on the stage. And our alternative is QA as a service. So what is QA as a service? QA as a service is a scope of QA services where you cover all questions about QA. I mean, you can do your project, you can build your project, develop it, and you don't need to take care of QA at all. Inside this, you can imagine this like a magic QA box. Inside of this QA box is high-skilled QA team, tools, resources. Also, you have resource management, fast replacement, and efficient use of resources, deep and extensive expertise, regular reports, and at the top of it, free QA manager who can help you to set all the processes up. And we decided to look at 3 points: time, people, and money for QA as a service and in-house approach. We asked about 100 of our customers and other companies to rate some questions. We explained them what QA as a service is, and they compared with in-house approach. And we put average stars here in a table. And let's start with time. Time, I guess here we can see 3 main points. The first one is onboarding time, when employee is just hired, and how much time it takes him to be involved to the project. And in-house approach here seems to be a leader, because for internal team it takes less time to be onboarded. But a lot of companies after COVID-19 started working remotely, and I'd put equal sign here between in-house and QA as a service. Recruiting time and expertise acquisition time. Here I'd like to mention that when you need a new resource, you have to spend time on hiring it, on probation period. If you didn't find a good candidate, you have this place empty. And when you go to QA as a service company, you receive a QA engineer as soon as possible, immediately, let's say, and it has this resource and this engineer has expertise that is required for your project. Talking about people and other resources, here we can point out a possibility of data leakage. Yeah, we know that such fear exists, and this gives, let's say, less chances for QA as a service company. But every QA as a service company takes care of its reputation, and when you sign NDA with the company, it guarantees that your data will be secure. Expertise, workload distribution, you get managers, you can get QA resources here that are ready to enter to your project to do some QA activities, and you can allocate resources. For example, for regression, if you need to involve more people for regression, you just get them. When you work with in-house QA team, the team works only with your project, and it doesn't see tools, any other activities that are around your project. When you work with QA as a service team, you work with the team who has experience not only with startups or middle-sized companies, but with large enterprise companies. When you work with QA as a service company, you get 24/7 or almost 24/7 team support with strong and clear reports. And one of the points is motivation. There is a position in internet that internal team is more motivated. Yeah, it can be true, but with a correct management approach, QA as a service team can value customers' values. For example, one of our customers conducts yearly events, large events, where teams all over the world are invited and participate. And I think the most important part is money. The first item, salary expenses. I think we will cover this later because I'll provide you some numbers. But in general, in-house QA engineers, QA teams are more expensive than QA as a service. Speaking about hiring expenses, you have to pay a recruiter, you have to pay for tools recruitment. Also, you have to pay people who didn't pass probation. So all these items disappear when you work with QA as a service company. If you choose in-house approach, you have to pay for devices, personal computers, laptops, tablets, mobile devices, you name it. And QA as a service company provides these tools for you. Firing expenses. I can't recall the name of a company. Give me a second, I'll try to find it. This company, Honey Contemporina company, calculated the cost of replacement of employees, and depends on country. It can be up to 200% of yearly salary. So when you want to replace a person, staff working with the QA as a service company, you just ask, could you please replace this person because he is overqualified, for example. And here we can also point the last question, the last bullet, ability to manage resources. As I mentioned, you can start, for example, with a senior QA engineer who set all QA processes up for you, who will write test plan, test documentation. And after that, you just replace him with a middle engineer, QA engineer who can just continue testing. And that's it. So you can see that there are a lot of benefits for in QA as a service company, more benefits than in using an in-house approach. And now let's look at numbers. Not to be unfounded, we've collected salaries of QA engineers in different countries. And using Oyster HR portal, we calculated total cost of QA engineer. As you can see here, total cost consists of salary, taxes and contributions, payments by law, hiring costs. And next, let's look to 6 different countries with customers from these countries we work. And let's start with France. Here you can see gross annual salary, taxes and contributions, which contains insurance, pension, different bonuses for family, and so on. And total amount is 75,000 euro. Germany is 76,000 euro. 55 in Sweden, Finland 60, Switzerland more than 100, and US, we took only one state because the information about salary differs from state to state, and we took only California because there are a lot of IT companies, so there big IT sector. So we decided to get this company, this state. And here is the pivot table where you can see that cost of QA as a service is cheaper, and you can save more money using QA as a service. For example, for France, it's 36%, Germany 28%, Sweden 13%, Finland 20%, Switzerland 56%, US 46%. And these numbers are not so high. I mean, there are cases when you can save more than 300%. I'll show you later in this case that one of our customers had. And let's start with case studies. These are case studies. I'll show you 3 of them. These are our real customers, and let's start with the first one. Customer from France came to us because he had some problems with QA. Their internal QA team was unable to keep up with the development. They couldn't find required specialists, and the team was very expensive. What we did, we replaced their team with ours. That saved them up to 70% of money. We did it fast, and we started using our own equipment like tablets, mobile devices, and I don't know what can I do here. So they started saving up to 70%. I think this is the main point here. The second case is a US company. They came to us with request to automate 5,000 test cases. Their internal team wasn't able to do this in timely manner, and we took this task, and we implemented 5,000 test cases, automated 5,000 test cases in half a year. The thing is, run time of these 5,000 cases was about 2 hours. And before regression scope, the same took them more than 2 weeks. So what they get as a result of working with us, their expenses, they saved up to 60%. They had access to our highly skilled specialists, and we automated all their requested 5,000 test cases in half a year only. And the last case, where as I promised you, our customers saved more than 300%. A company came to us, a Swedish company came to us with a one-time short focus task. They want to do security testing. And our security team, QA team, took this task, and within 2 weeks, they provided a detailed report with different data and with suggestions how can they improve their security. So as I mentioned, it took 2 weeks only. And to implement this case with internal staff, they had to look for this narrow specialist. They have to hire it, spend time and money, and after that they won't be able to downsize this stuff in fast, or they had to pay money. Yeah, I think that's it from me for today. You can see that QA as a service approach can be better in a lot of cases than in-house approach. Now I'll ask my colleagues to ask questions, to send me questions from you. And yeah, as I mentioned, later we'll have a small QA bonus. Yeah, we are waiting for questions. Okay, the first question is how QA as a service differs from outsourcing. QA as a service differs from outsourcing the same way as full service differs from one. I mean, QA as a service already contains a lot of things, QA things, QA activities, management, and so on, that outsourcing may never have. For example, free management, as I mentioned, you get free QA manager, quick team rotation if necessary, wide experience in all key areas, the ability to quickly hire and replace people, reports that based on result of work. So QA as a service is a scope of services where and outsourcing requires more attention from you. Yeah, I'd say this way. Okay. Is QA as a service suitable for any business? I would say no. This is suitable for most businesses, but everyone needs to evaluate the amount of work, data privacy, and so on. Therefore, by switching to QA as a service, be sure to analyze the pros and cons for your business. But this doesn't mean that our research was meaningless. It shows how QA as a service work for most businesses. But there are exceptions to every rule. How did you calculate the cost of service? Why isn't it different for different countries? Okay, we took these rates according to QA specialists in Eastern Europe. As you know, we are located in Poland, so we took local rates. Therefore, we have only one number. After all, services can be provided to you from all over the world. What is the definition QA as a service? I think I answered this question previously. This is QA as a service brings out the best of your product without you having to go into details in testing. So you do your product and you don't worry about testing. I guess that's it, what you should take from this webinar. What does hiring cost include? I tell it's recruiter's salary, different tools that recruiter use. It can be paid LinkedIn version for hiring, different HR portals where they collect CVs. And if you work with agency, you just pay to agency a lot of money. How did you calculate an average salary? Of course, this was not an exact number. Different companies have different salaries, and there is almost no information in internet. But the main source has become information in public domain. So we took it from a different website with good ratings and then calculated average numbers. Okay, thanks a lot, everyone, from all the platforms you're watching us. If there are more questions, please leave them in comments. My colleagues or we will try to answer them. And as I mentioned before, bonus. If you have any question about quality assurance, it can be process, it can be tools, it can be employees or QA engineers, I don't know, whatever concerns QA, you can book a free QA consultation, 1 hour consultation, and I'll try to answer your questions. I'll try to explain, and how to deal with your task. The link how to book a consultation with me will be in comments and in a webinar page or webinar post. So I guess that's it from me. Thanks a lot, everyone. Enjoy your day, morning, I don't know, evening, the rest of it at least, and see you on the next webinar. Bye-bye.